It is John the Net Guy. It is Prime Days, Prime Days 2024. This happens to be the first day of Prime Days, and this is my completely live show. You know it's live because I was scurrying to do things. I literally had it all set up, and then the lights went off, and the computer and the UPS started beeping, and then I found out that I had an air conditioner, a microwave, and a UPS all in the same circuit. Bad things. But we're going to have a bunch of really cool stuff to show today, including a product that could have told me how much power I was using. So that's something really interesting. There's also some fantastic deals for Prime Day. So this is your first Prime Day. Maybe it's your first tech shopping on Prime Day. Let me know. I'm going to go ahead and put the URL down here at the bottom, and I'm going to check the chat, and I'm going to say, hey, everyone. I almost never type. I just talk to you guys, but I'm going to do that today. I'm also going to bring you guys in on the chat here on the side, one of these sides here, and we're going to just go through. If you've got a deal that you've got a question on, do something new today. I'm going to kind of steal from Nerd on a Budget, and we're going to go see what that deal is and see how it compares. I've got a full show today, though, of other cool products to check out, and I'm not going to slow down here too much because I want to get through this. It's going to be a couple hours, but make sure, if you haven't already, that you're following me, and if you're on Amazon, I'm about to go live there. Let's talk about Amazon and what that means. So if you visit the link that's going to be scrolling across the bottom here now, that is my Amazon show page. That's how I actually make money doing this, believe it or not. There is a little single-digit commission that I make on items that are sold on Prime Days, and it helps keep the lights on, keep the equipment going. So full transparency there. If you visit that URL below, let me show you what that looks like. Something like this. You see that guy there, up here in the corner? That's me. If you scroll down and you look for the show 417, Prime Days tech deals here, you're going to see all of the deals that I got going on today. So there's 12 items, lots of red boxes here with a significant percentages off on them, and a couple products that I have never seen before. And so I got these shipped out to me. A couple of the products are sponsored. I will make sure I mention and thank those sponsors because, again, without their support, I wouldn't be able to do this. So I want to thank them that have been sending these items out here for a fair and honest review. So well, we could say that because we're not on Amazon yet. So Michael checks in, says, howdy, not the biggest shill on the net. I figured after giving you blank on the ZWS, I would actually watch one of your vids soon. I appreciate that. So hopefully we'll have some fun here, and maybe you'll find some tech that you like. Speaking of, I've got some nerdy tech over here that almost perfect. I gotta say, I'm disappointed about one thing, but I'm gonna check it out, and we'll see if it's got some perfect tech in there. To kick us off today, I do have to get us on Amazon. So I go back here to this machine. This is my little OBS streaming box. I got to see if I see my picture there. And if I see my picture there, I can hit this start streaming button. And then I can use the Amazon app on my phone, which they require you to do, to kick myself up on Amazon. So if you're following me on Amazon, on those pages, eventually I'm supposed to show up if everything's working right. So that's what I'd love to do. Let me hit the button, and it is working. I'm going to hit go live before it breaks, and we'll welcome all the Amazonians in. That's what we call them. So welcome, Amazonians. Thanks for joining us. John the Net Guy here. Welcome, everyone, on Amazon. So we're on a lot of services today. If you have picked up a really cool deal, let me know in the comments here. Let me know on the chat, and I'll give you a quick shout out. Because I'd love to see what you're picking up. I picked up a couple things today. Maybe if we have time towards the end, I'll show you those. I'm going to hide this monitor back here so we don't get picture in a picture in a picture with a delay. That would be really, really weird. If my audio ever cuts out during the show, let me know as well. I'm using a wireless headset. Sometimes they do that. The first product up, and it's one that I have to mark here on the Amazon, is a sponsored product. These guys sent this out for a fair and honest review, and I think it's actually going to be a giveaway deal here in just a second, and that is a racing wheel stand. Well, what does a racing wheel stand do? Well, if you're like me and you like simulators, let's get this guy turned around so you can see him. This is the racing wheel stand by XR. Let me see if I can say Rhinoritron. I'll have to figure out the name upside down and backwards here. What it does is it holds your Logitech. Maybe you got the G25, the G29, all those different Logitechs. It's going to hold that racing wheel up at the correct height, It's height adjustable up and down. So you're going to be able to adjust that height. It has an optional shifter bracket here, and it's got room for your pedals. So if you're used to playing like I am, you throw it on the desk, you move your keyboard out of the way. This is for your next level gamer. So this is the guys that really want to get in there. We're going to do a quick unboxing today. Unfortunately, I don't have a steering wheel to throw on it and have some fun, but I am hoping to catch some B-roll of that. So maybe we can talk about that. I'm going to quickly open this one. We're going to see what comes in the package. We'll do a quick unboxing. And if you're playing the racing games on there, let me know what your favorite is. I'm a big Forza Horizon is one of my favorites. So I'm going to pull this thing out of the package. We're going to take a look at what you get. It is pretty heavy duty. That's one thing I'll tell you. And I was looking at some of the reviews on it already. It is a pretty new item here. And it's got decent reviews already, specifically calling out the weight of it. So here we go. Just making sure I did not miss any instructions here. So very well packaged, I would say, right off the bat. I love to see packaging on the corners. So that looks like it's actually done pretty good. We'll see if we can set this guy up pretty quick. I'm taking a quick look in the chat, not seeing anybody, anyone racing, question mark. I'll do that on the Amazon chat and check with them. I'm sure there's a lot of people on Twitch doing the racing simulators. I've actually been more of a flight simulator person, so I've thought about this and I said, I wonder if this would work well to hold a yoke at just the right. And your throttle quadrant, a lot of them get up on the desk. I want it to be a little bit lower to the right. I think this might do double duty if you were to do this for an airplane simulator. And they also actually have rudder pedals, which is awesome. And you need something strong. So I'm going to go ahead and cut through this. So far, it's looking pretty good. Hey, PC Tech Hustle's in the house. We are opening up some tech today. That's another great YouTuber. He says, hey, welcome. Thank you, sir. Glad to have you here as well. If you haven't checked his stuff out, he's got some really neat stuff on there. He does some budget builds and some build guides that are pretty cool. Little 3-part build guides where he's going to walk you through what he's looking for, what he wants to build. He'll do the part hunt and then he'll do the build. It's pretty slick. So very cool to see there. Hopefully you're staying cool. It is like 85 to 90 in Washington State where I am. And we're dying up here. I have air conditioning, but man, we go outside and people just bake. We're not used to it. I know other parts of the country, 100 degrees is nothing. You get 85 up in Washington and it definitely cooks us here. So here we go. So I'm flipping the unit over. Not looking bad so far. I'm just looking at how it will adjust. The one thing I like about it is how compact it gets. That's one of the problems I've had in the past with my simulator gear is you've got your yoke, you've got your pedals, you've got all that stuff. I even had a steering wheel that I actually donated. I gave it away to a kid that was wanting to do some gaming only because I didn't have room for it. I just don't have the room. So I love the fact that this packs down. I'm going to go ahead and look, and hopefully we got some instructions in the unboxing here today. So what a way to kick off Prime Days. Here we go. Oh, okay. I'm going to bring you guys over so you can see this pretty heavy duty gear. Look how thick that is. Okay. I like. I'm going to take a quick look inside. So this is going to be my shift lever compartment. I've got a lot of knobs and screws in here. Okie dokie. What I'm going to do, just in the interest of time on Prime Day, because I don't want to take away from your experience here. So again, there's some additional plates. I'm going to go through the instructions real fast. We're going to take a look at what it's going to look like when it's all done. So it's going to have that top for the racing wheel. It's going to have this really heavy duty armature. I love that. And it's got some holes to lighten the weight, but that's where a lot of the weight is. It's going to have the plate here for my shifter, and it's going to have an adjustable height, adjustable cant here on the rudder pedals or your brake or gas pedal in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and box this part back up. I'm going to record this section when I put it in the main video. I'll do this upstairs where it's got a lot more room and we can do that. I am going to take you over to their Amazon page because I think that's a good way to show you what it looks like when it's actually in use. So we're coming over here to the Amazon page. Like I said, fairly new product, but take a look at that. 4 ratings, 5 stars already. X Rhinorth, that's what I would call it. So like I said, the G29, G920, G923, G27, G25, Thrustmaster, the whole series. Doesn't matter if you got Xbox or PC, PS5 here, it's all going to work. It is available right now for, it was $119.99, so $120. It's $195.99 with an additional 5% off, which is $100. It is $91. So it's actually a pretty good deal here. It's almost 25% off, it looks like. Now, when you put that stuff on it, it is the stand only, but that's what it looks like here. So you can see that's going to be for your iRacing simulator. I do, like I said, I want to try this thing out with a flight stick and yoke only because it is so adjustable up and down. So if you've got kids that maybe are shorter in height, you can actually lower the top of this down while keeping the pedals close to them. So that's really slick also. So there we go. That is the racing wheel stand from the X Rhinorth company. And I'm going to go ahead and box this up, and we're going to go on to another product. And it's actually very timely for this time of year. So thank these guys for sending this out for a fair and honest review. We'll do the full assembly video here soon and get you guys that. And I think I'm going to try it out with my flight simulator gear at least, and maybe we'll do a giveaway if that's something that inspires you. If you think that you would use something like this, let me know in the chat if you like giveaways. I can't do them live on Amazon, they shut us down, sorry. But we can on the other platforms, so I am not going to let that stop us from having some fun with you guys. I'm gonna move that off to the side and we will pick up that one next. Okay, where did I put? There it is, our next product. Okay. So hopefully this time of year has been one of vacationing and having fun. I'm going to go ahead and pick the next product in the lineup. I'm going to bring you guys back over here onto the correct page. Hey, I see a Skull in the chat. Thank you. Welcome, Skull. Is it not possible to access the store in other regions? It's bad. PC Tech Hustle's checking in. 104 today. Oh my gosh. He says we dying too. Well, he's 20 degrees warmer than I am right now. Fitzgerald's coming in at 62. Hopefully that's not Celsius. No, I'm kidding. I love it. I'm seeing lots of fun in the chat. This is a completely live show again. I want you guys to have fun while I'm doing this. This next product was sent out for a fair and honest review. If you are camping and having fun out there today, this one is a RV surge protector. And it actually works with the Smart Life app, but this is a smart surge protector. So these things already cost quite a bit if you've gone out shopping for them. So they're not a cheap thing to have, but they're very indispensable. We actually just went out to a new RV park this week, and it had just been built. And that's the time where I have to worry about it, either really old parks or brand new parks. Now I plugged this thing in. It was telling me that we had 124 volts, which is enough. It's a little bit on the high side, honestly. But it was going to be good. It also told me that we were wired correctly. So that's one of the main features of this thing, is it's going to tell you with these lights whether all of the circuits are actually wired properly. It's going to give you your voltage, but it's like a big kilowatt meter. If you've ever used the kilowatt meters, this is a big meter. It's going to show you your actual usage. It gives you the ability to turn on and off the switch here. It'll also give you an alert if the switch has been left off. So maybe you had a power outage or something, came back on. They did do a firmware update, so you're going to need to get a couple firmware updates when you get this, and it's now set to normally open, normally closed switch. So it actually is on when it comes back from a reset, which is great. So they did an update on that. It does have 3,750 watt capacity, which is 30 amps times 125 volts AC at 60 hertz. So what does this do? I'm going to go ahead and take a couple adapters here. I had to do a couple interesting things because my power port's way over here. So power port on my desk, I'm going to go to that. And then I'm going to go to this really fancy adapter because this takes a TT30. So that's your 30 amp RV plug. Unless you've got double air conditioners or a really big coach, most of them are going to be the TT30 connector, which is what this is. And watch what happens as soon as I plug this thing in. You're going to notice right away the display lights up. Now it says, you can hopefully see there, 120 and 0. That means there's 0 load on here. If I were to plug a load into this, this would actually show you the real-time load amount. Now I'm going to show you some fun stuff with it here. Give me 1 second to put my passcode in. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Smart Life app. Now it's just going to reconnect to it because it has not connected yet. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to bring the phone up here on full screen so you guys can see that. And this is the Smart app control on it. So it's got the voltage here. It's giving me a little warning indicator. No voltage on the next one. That's probably because it actually did die recently. Over voltage fault. So it's saying that 120.3 is considered its over voltage. So we can go into the settings on it. You can see all of the different features that it has. So it's saying that we're a little bit hot on the voltage. I can turn it on and off directly with this button right here. So I'm actually turning on and off a relay in here, which can turn the entire coach off. So if you want remote access to be able to turn your coach on and on, you can use this. Now, it does have to be within Bluetooth range. I'll give you that. It is not a Wi-Fi signal device, so it's Bluetooth. And then you've got a time switch here, so you can actually time the amount that it's been running. And if you go to history, I don't have history on this one. I do have it in my other video usage of this because I actually took this out to a park. But you can actually go out here and you can see on like my RV how many amps it's drawing. So if you're curious about how much draw your RV is, this product right here not only gives you RV surge protection, but it's going to give you an actual draw amount and control over the switch, which is pretty slick. So taking a look here in the chat, don't see anybody on that. Let's go over to the Amazon page on this one because I want to show you again a couple more examples of it. And we'll talk about the price on this one. So this one's available right now also on an Amazon Prime Day deal. It's $20 off. Normally it's $99, which for a smart RV surge strip is really good. If you go out and look at the cost of RV surge strips in general, they're not cheap because they have to handle that 30 amp power and they have to have these specialized connectors. This one is a smart one using the very popular Smart Life app, which I've seen a lot of them do. And you can actually get another 10% off, it looks like, with an additional promo code when you buy more than one item. So what does this thing do? Well, it gives you notification if you're over voltage. Like you saw, I'm a little tiny bit over in here. It's going to give you under voltage. It's going to say auto reconnection here. And then there's the energy tracking capability, which I think is awesome. So if you're trying to find like a parasitic load, maybe you've got something going on in your RV, you can use this and see exactly when you turn things on and off. Maybe you're working on the inside and you can see exactly what it is. Now it is weatherproof here. And then it's got the locking ring as well, which is nice to have. So this will be fine outside in the rain, nothing to worry about there. So I want to thank those guys for sending this one out for a fair and honest review. And we will get back to the show. Thanks, everybody. Let's go back over here. And we will get up to the next and probably one of my most exciting products of the day here. This is the one I've been waiting for. So thank you guys, drum roll, for everybody that has been holding out for this one. I'm going to bring this down under here because this one, to me, has the most potential today on Prime Day. It is probably one of the most affordable versions of what I've seen. I'm going to go ahead and let the guys know in the Amazon. You're going to see it right away. I think it's on this side. I think that's where the carousel is. It's already marked in the carousel on Amazon. And this is from Scepter. So this is their Kato K16 portable monitor. I've been a huge fan of portable monitors. There's one right in front of me that I'm looking at specifically because the size on these is perfect for portability, which is nice. They have a 1080p IPS screen. The colors on this one are fantastic. It's coming from Scepter, which is known for making good quality budget monitors. The price on this one is unbelievable right now. The price normally, I'll tell you, just the regular sale price on this one is going to be $79.97. They just came out with this new portable monitor. I've done a lot of work for Scepter in the past and a lot of review videos for them. And they said, hey, what do you think about checking out a portable monitor? And I'm like, finally, you guys have broken into this market. I couldn't wait. Let me open it up and I'll show you kind of what's in here. And then we'll talk about what may or may not be a fail. It's got such potential. It was super exciting to me. So let's open it up. Let's talk about first, this thing is so light. probably the lightest and one of the thinnest of the portable monitors I've ever tested. And we'll just do a quick unbox of it. I have not even taken the screen protector off yet. I did power it up just to make sure that it arrived okay. So it comes with a nice screen protector. Now you can take this off. There we go. You could leave this on if you got kids. To be honest, I think I should do that with a lot of my kids. But this is a portable, like the top half of a laptop. And you can see how ultra thin that is. Not even a centimeter thick. And then it's going to have the standard OSD buttons on the side, which we'll talk about because it's amazing. It has mini HDMI and then 2 USB-Cs. Now, one USB-C can be for power and then one for video data. It actually runs entirely off one cable if you want it to do that. And then if you want to run mini HDMI, you can do that as well. All three of them look like they're active for input. So let's go ahead and put this here. You're going to get your user manual. It's going to have your standard information about it, some specs. I didn't look at the nits brightness, but I want to talk about that here in a second. This is going to be your mini HDMI to HDMI, which is really cool. And we'll talk about the Prime Deal Day on this one. So again, $79.97 is the normal price on this. They have actually shocked me. And it comes with a nice little cleaning cloth to get all the fingerprints off of it, because on portable monitors, you get those. It does come with 2 USB Type-C connectors. They've got the nice ends covered on them. And these are only about 3 feet, but that's really all you need, honestly, on these. So what you do is you actually just plug this end into one end and this end into your laptop, and you've instantly got a portable monitor. To do that, my show laptop is actually already outputting here. So I'm going to actually plug this thing in, and we'll plug it into my MacBook, and then I'll show you some cool things that it can do. That said, let's talk about the stand. So there is no cover necessarily for the front of this. So that is an interesting choice. What they've done instead right here is they've included this second stand. Now, this is an either a win or a fail in your book. If you don't travel a lot and you're not moving around a ton, this one would work just fine. That said, I'll show you when I get over here. I'm going to bring you guys over on this side. And look at that. I got 7.5 hours of battery to go. I got to turn this off. I was just making some modifications here. So I'm going to bring this down and you'll see exactly what I was talking about over here. So the way that this stand works is it has 2 notches here, and they're sequenced together. So it has 2 notches, and then it has this back brace, and it is ratcheting here. I don't know if there's a way to lock it. It doesn't feel like there's a way to permanently lock it in any position. And the one thing I will say that's a critique on this is the angle. So it's pretty angled back. I've gone through a couple different you can see how it tilts down, so you can kind of set it that way. I haven't found a sweet spot for it yet, and that's unfortunate because all of the other things on this one are perfect at this point, except for that stand. I'm still getting used to it, and I'm still a little bit concerned and worried that may be the Achilles heel to this one. But again, for a first pass from Scepter on this, I'm going to give them a pass on it. I'm going to bring it up so you can actually see what it looks like in Windows. But man, the price on this, you would be shocked. If you're on Amazon, you're already seeing it. So I can't give you the grand reveal there. But let me go ahead and plug this into my MacBook Pro. So if you have a MacBook, if you have any sort of newer PC, you can just run this thing directly. So you take the USB-C connector here, and again, it's got a little bit of glare at that angle. Let me go ahead and see if I can tilt this up. Okay. So if you were doing client work, and this is what I've explained to people, or you're working at a coffee shop and you just need a second screen, all I've done here is I just plugged it in, and it's going to have the Scepter logo. It's going to bring up my desktop. So now what's neat about this, I'm going to actually not get copyright striked here, I don't think, but I'm going to bring up a second YouTube video. Let me see if I can do this. It's hard to do these things upside down and backwards, I tell you. And actually, let me just do this with the overhead for this part, because we're live. And I can do that. So there you go. You see my screen. I can actually go over here. This is at 0% brightness, it feels. So I'm going to bring this up. I'm going to start playing it, and I'm going to play it full screen. So imagine you were playing a video game or something. Look at the color reproduction on that. And my camera is not going to do it justice. So this thing has incredibly good pixels. It's an IPS display. You can see there's a little bit of glossiness, and here it's got kind of a matte finish, but it is reflecting just enough. But let me go in here to the on-screen display. So you've got the different choices for your different sources down there. So I'm going to bring up the OSD. You've got all of the different stuff. The backlight here started at 0. Now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the backlight up and watch. That's 50%. Now my camera's adjusting. You can see it's making my other laptop adjust down here. I can bring this up higher. So they're starting to level up. My MacBook is a 1600 nits screen. Take a look at that. They are literally almost there. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing tests out at around 400 nits brightness at least. So for outdoor usage, very, very cool. Incredible amount. Now it has Scepter's new OSD. So you're going to have resolution. It is only 60 hertz. It's not going to be 120 hertz or faster. I have it on FPS mode, and there is a little bit of overdrive set there. That was my favorite picture mode on it. You can actually go backwards here. You can go through all the different settings. It's got gamma, temperature. There's the overdrive set to medium, sleep mode, so on and so forth. So again, very good reproduction here of the image. And the neat thing about this is you don't have to limit yourself just to working on laptops. So I'm actually going to pull up another possibility here of what you might use this for. Now, I know my daughter would be super excited about this because she's a big time portable gamer. I'm going to check the chat real fast while I'm doing this. Green Protagonist, he's like in here, he's saying portable monitors are very affordable. We were jabbering about this thing because it is such a great deal. Now, if you're going to use this with an Xbox or the HDMI, you're going to have to do one thing, which is you're going to have to plug it into some sort of power. Now, if your vehicle, boat, car, truck, RV, whatever you've got, has a USB-C connector, you're in good shape. Now, I just happen to have a USB port, USB Type-C on the desk here, so I'm going to just go ahead and plug that in. That's going to fire this monitor up. So Scepter logo comes in, but we don't have anything to display because I have not plugged the HDMI cable in yet. So you can use the HDMI here. I'm going to bring this down. And I'm going to bring up my Xbox One. So this will work with a PlayStation. This will work with an Xbox One. We're going to talk about Xbox One on the next product too. I'm actually going to unplug the Xbox. It was plugged in to the studio here, and I'm going to plug in the mini HDMI. Now you could use this if you're a creator. You could use this as a very large preview monitor if you needed something to preview on. Okay, there's the mini HDMI is plugged in. And now if everything worked right, there's my Xbox. So you could use this as a small portable Xbox screen. So again, Xbox will work on its side. So I could put the Xbox behind it here. And take a look at this. You've got like a super compact gaming station here. So I'm going to move the Xbox over. We're going to bring this back over. And there's that stand I was talking about. That's the only thing that I'm having a struggle session with here, a struggle bus with, is this stand. The rest of this thing is just fantastic. I really like what they're doing with it. And I'm going to go ahead and bring the brightness up because it went down automatically. And my Xbox is asleep, so I need to bring the controller out. I'm going to fire this thing up, and you'll see how quickly that gets that screen super bright. So if I wanted to play Forza Horizon or any other game here, oh, that's the other thing. Just like all the Scepter products, it's actually got speakers built into it as well. So you can adjust the volume here with a quick adjust on the side. So I can bring that. So if you're looking for something that will work with a PC, Xbox, PlayStation, any of those, it's 16:9 resolution. It's an IPS panel. So you're going to get that in-plane switching. You're going to get that really good color. The colors on it are just fantastic. Now, I don't know how actually calibrated they are. Colors are fantastic. The connectivity, I have found it more convenient to have the full-size HDMI, but most of them that I've seen that go Type-C, they go with the mini. But this has 3 distinct inputs, which is great. So there we go. So that's the Xbox screen there. I could go ahead and play right away on that if I wanted to. Fantastic. I'm gonna get out of here. Fantastic little gaming monitor. Let's go talk about the price on this one. It is absolutely fantastic. Like I said here, just making sure everybody's playing in the chat here. Green's asking, there's no hertz listed, and it is actually 1080p 60. Absolutely. Does it have any other mounting on the back? This is the problem. Yeah. So again, it only has this Scepter branded stand that you see here. And this, I don't know if mine is just loose or if my desk is just that slippery or if there's something I'm doing wrong. I think that if you look at the way that this is kind of pre-notched here, so they have kind of some prescriptive notches as to where you would put this thing. So you're kind of limited. I'll bring this over on the side so you guys can see it again while I'm bringing things up. So you're kind of limited at the angle that this will go on. A fantastic idea and a fantastic price, but it might have been nerfed by the stand right now. I hate to say it. And I can say that, again, Scepter and I, we have a good relationship. The stand is something, if I could 3D print a holder for this thing would be one of my best value products of the year. And I just can't wait to put this through the monitor test because I really do think it's going to do so well with that peak brightness. Let's go take a look at the Amazon page right now. We're going to go check this thing out because it is a Prime Day deal. Like I said, it's $79 normally. And they've got this thing on a Prime deal for $63.91, but I think somebody forgot to turn off the 15% additional off. This is a less than, and of course I hit that and it wants me to log in. So it's a $15 additional coupon right now. When I looked at checkout, it was $54.32 before tax. And with my insane tax rate here, it was exactly $60 after tax. So one of the best deals on a portable monitor, if that's what you're looking at for Prime Days. So there's the information about it. It's got 13 ratings because honestly, it's really new. It has not been out there much. I'm excited, like I said, to test it out. The stand is the only thing that's a little off, and then it doesn't come with a protective cover. So a lot of the other ones will have a flip over cover. So if you're really taking this a lot of places, if I could figure out a 3D printed holder for this thing would be just amazing. If I can get a 3D printed Visa mount holder, there's the different connectivity. It does have audio out for headphones, and it has an audio channel over the USB-C and the HDMI, which is fantastic. There's showing an example of it. I think the stand originally tilts back a little too far. That's exactly how I'm using the stand. But honestly, in that mode, it has too much ability. So that if I show you what that looks like, so I'll put the stand in the mode that they show it here, and we'll look down that's the angle that you're at. So I guess it depends on how your laptop works. But the way that these feet catch in too, that's right there exactly in line. If I were to go wider, maybe to try to get it to be more vertical, it just falls out of the stand there. So you can see that the stand's not really designed. So again, fantastic product, might be nerfed by the stand at this point, but I love the direction that Scepter's going on this. It is, like I said, I've tested a ton of these portable monitors. I've got probably 5 or 6 on the shelf even right now. And all in all, for their first shot on the market, the screen itself is beautiful, gorgeous. So they knocked the cover off of that one. Taking a quick look in here. I need some sort of slot to rail mount, maybe the back of a car headrest. That would be fantastic for this. Again, it would run off of that USB Type-C. So is this Ernest or Elmist? Elmist Guzman says, I need some more options for mounting. Absolutely. Maybe a car tablet claw. That would be fantastic from RAM or one of those other mounts. And then, yeah, Green's also saying tablet holder. That would be a great deal. So for $54 right now on Prime Day, and then you add tax, you can get this fantastically super bright, super lightweight, 1.53 pounds. Probably also one of the lightest monitors I've ever tested on here. Very, very neat product from Scepter. So I want to thank those guys for sending this one out for a fair and honest review. I'm very excited where this will go, and maybe some of my 3D printing friends can help me out, and maybe we can correct the stand issue, and maybe this will be a new budget leader. You print a stand or a little accessory for the stand to help it lock up better, and we'll go from there. So I want to thank Scepter for that. I am actually going to switch to another Scepter product now, and it's going to be funny because this one I actually put out on Monday. And if you follow me on Twitter or any of those others, you'll know I love to put deals on tech. I'm actually posting tech deals all the time right now. So if you follow me on any of those other places, you'll see I usually post a deal about once a week, maybe twice a week if it's a really exceptional deal, and you can save a few bucks. Well, I posted this one on Monday, and it was funny because on Monday, yesterday, it was $219 for this product. This product has gone down. This is on Prime Day sale And if you bought it yesterday, again, let's hope that it adjusts down. I knew it was going to come out today, but I did not know it was going to be on such a great sale. And this is their 30-inch IPS 1080p. It's 1080p vertical 21:9 ultra wide. Well, what does that mean? Let's go ahead and plug this thing in. I'm going to see if I've got my MacBook. I've got an extra HDMI cable laying around here, hopefully, that I can steal and use real quick. No display port. We want HDMI. Okay. I think I found an HDMI cable. I'm going to go ahead and just plug this in so you guys can see what a quality image that this thing creates. We tested it out. Still got the test data actually loaded up on my laptop. It's going to be great to see that. I'm going to go ahead and plug this into my MacBook, and we're going to get an image up here on the Scepter. And get all that going. This has the new 2023, late 2023, 2024 on-screen display. So it has that joystick. It came in at 450 nits of peak brightness. So fantastic brightness on this screen. I don't even have it nearly that much. Now, this YouTube video, unfortunately, is not 21:9, but you can see the wide real estate that you get here. I'm going to bring you guys back in on the side. So that's comparative to I'm going to bring this over to a 16-inch MacBook, which I think is 16:10. You can see how incredibly wider it is here. So you're getting that much on this side, that much on that side, not much more vertical. You'll notice that this thing's only a tiny bit wider vertically. And this is what I love for first-person shooters. It's one of my favorite things for gaming in first person. I'm going to have my daughter check this out later because she's a big gamer. But you're getting basically those extra view angles on the side. And you can see, in my opinion, on most games, you can see, because of that wider field of view, you can see around corners. You can do some really neat stuff. I'm going to go ahead and mark this on Amazon before I forget. And this is the other Scepter product. It was $219. This one is $40 off for Prime Days. Let's go take a look at the Prime Days, and then I'll show you a little bit of the stats on this one. I'm just bringing it up right now. There we go. $179.97. I think it is one of the cheapest fast ultra wides. Now, 210 hertz is the maximum. We tested it out at 210, and the ghosting wasn't bad. There was like 2 or 3 frames. What it actually did was there was a little bit of inverse ghosting. So the overdrive was actually drawing the pixels ahead to try to get it to prepare to switch. And so you get a little bit of that. But honestly, at 210, if that's all it was doing, if you bump it down to 144 maybe, it's going to run really good. Now, what's interesting is people always ask me about the resolution on this one because it has a cousin, which I started my channel with, which was the 200 hertz curved VA panel. Now, VA panel is not going to be, it's going to be fast, but it's not going to be as color accurate as an IPS. So that was another problem. The other VA panels you shifted, the color shift was pretty intense on it. This one's got great color. The 1080p resolution, it's 2560 pixels. So not 1920, but it's 2560 pixels by 1080. So it's 21:9. Well, what does that mean? It actually means that you're going to be able to get more screen real estate without jumping up to a whole nother level of 3440 by 1440, which is going to be a lot better for your GPU to stay at that 1080p range. So if you've got a mid-range card, there's going to be a good chance that you're going to hit that 144, whereas on a lot of other ones, you wouldn't even have a chance to hit that. So this is one of the really nice things about this one. It did test out at 450 nits of brightness. Let's see if I still have this. So yeah, this is the test display. Sorry, it doesn't show quite big enough here. This is the color gamut. It was 100% of sRGB. They don't show the 125, 127, whatever. So it filled a full 100%, but it did 96% of the DCI-P3. The brightness and contrast, this thing tested out at 450 nits of peak brightness with about 1,000:1 contrast ratio. And then color accuracy, this is an area I took this to PDX land with a friend. One of my friends is a photographer. I don't know if most gamers would have noticed this, but he said, yeah, some of the colors are off. And the stand, he said, well, the S word, He said it sucked. So he said the stand sucks on it, but honestly, I ordered a Wanwo monitor arm. They're on super sale right now for Prime Days, and I'm going to put this thing on a monitor arm. If you put this on a monitor arm, the stand is no problem, and if you calibrate it, because of the rich color saturation, you can calibrate it and you can correct some of these colors. But some of the primaries down here in the reds, they were off up to 4, but the average delta E down here is 2.3 in this result. So the overall monitor rating, it gave it a 4 out of 5 on color accuracy, contrast, and that brightness. It gave it a 5.0 right across the board. So overall, very good results on this one. And if you're looking at picking up something that you can game with, that you could use for PC, for desktop, things like that, that would be great. If you're a PC gamer, absolutely. If you're an Xbox gamer, let me show you what happens. I do want to share this because everybody asks me, they're like, oh, can I use this on my Xbox? Will it be ultra wide on my Xbox? And I'll be so cool and all my friends will be jealous. No, it won't. Let's talk about that. So I'm just going to bring my Xbox back up over here on the Scepter. Hopefully I did everything right. There we go. So my Xbox is up. It's contacting the server. Let me go ahead and bring you guys over on a screen that can see this. So there we go. I'm going to go back out on my Xbox. And one thing you're going to notice, everything is stretched. So we've taken this image. Oh, and I've got to get back out to the main. So I've taken this normal image and I've actually made it wider. So what I've done is I'm basically going to have what would normally be bars. I've taken those off. Now you can fix this in the on-screen display. So you'll see down here, the aspect ratio is set to full. So we can actually go down here to 16:9, which is what it should be. So if you want to play your Xbox games, you want to play Halo, you want to play all these other games, and you want them to stay in their standard aspect ratio, you can do that. The other interesting thing is it's already at 120 hertz right here. So you'll see that you will be able to do the high speed, which is awesome. And I'm already getting my speakers. I'm getting my sound of the game through here already. So it will work with Xbox. It will work with PlayStation 5. It'll work at the higher speed, 120 hertz refresh rates, things like that. What it won't do is it won't fill the whole screen at 21:9. You're going to basically either have to choose to have bars, or what I did on that same setting, if I go back to it here. And this one gets incredibly bright. This is at 25% brightness, and it's still a little bit blown out on our picture, or you'd have to go to this stretched kind of full mode. So it will fill the screen. It's just going to have those bars on it as well. So I have no idea what Vsauce is. Maybe I just missed something. So there you go. So this one is available right now, again, on Amazon for $179. It was a great deal, I thought, at $219. It's a fantastic deal, and it's definitely one, if you're looking to upgrade into the ultra wide, this is a great stair step into those mega ultra wides. And this will also work with, additional monitor on the side. I actually have a friend that is going to be stacking 2 ultra wides, which I think is going to be crazy. It's going to give him a ton of room. So that's from Scepter. That's their 210 hertz ultra wide. I'm going to go ahead and put this back here. That's available right now. If you're on Amazon, it is in the carousel and it's flagged. And we're going to switch off to the next products, which are actually for content consumption. So we may need to actually bring up our other little monitor here. I'm going to bring these up real fast, and they are from the Roku company. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to start out, and we're going to go top to bottom. There are absolutely 3 products that we want to look at from Roku. 2 of them are their streaming sticks. So if you have not used the Roku streaming ecosystem, I think it is one of the better ones that are out there, to be honest. We've had some issues in the past with Fire TVs. I've shown you a ton of Fire TV, Fire Sticks. They get to be a really good deal on Prime Days, and that's what Amazon does really good at, is selling those. The problem I have with them is they all tend to slow down, and they slow down over time, and then the apps don't work. I've got them in my 2023 minivan. I've got the 2 Fire TVs that are in that. I can't play the media I want off the USB. I can't do all this other stuff. But Roku, I've got a 2017 Roku TV, and it runs almost as good as the day I bought it. Some of the apps are larger. So let's talk about the differences between these 2 Roku products. And there's also a third one that I put in the carousel that I think you might want to pick up today. So let's talk about first the streaming stick 4K. So let's open this guy up and see. I literally have not opened these up yet. So I wanted to show you the unbox experience. Green was asking, if the monitor does come with the Visa plate, and it actually doesn't, but it comes with the screws that you need to Visa mount because it doesn't need an adapter plate. It's pretty cool. So yeah, good answer on that one. So this is the Streaming Stick 4K. It says long range Wi-Fi on here, which is nice. And the neat thing about this is the Streaming Stick is going to have the stick itself is essentially self-powered here. So you plug this thing in, it's going to have the TV, little adapter here, the USB, and it's going to power itself either directly off of your TV. It looks like they've now switched up to a little battery capacitance bank in here, which is great. And it also says long range wireless, so it's going to be in there. So you plug this into any USB port on a modern TV, even my 2017 32-inch that we have in our RV would do that. Now it is using the older micro connector, and you can on these, I believe, get Ethernets even for micro. Some of the Raspberry Pis use that. So you would plug this connector into your back of your TV or portable tablet or whatever system you have, and you'd plug this into an available USB port. If you don't have enough power coming from your TV's USB port, you plug it into a standard adapter. So that's another option you could do. I am going to try to see if I can get this to fire up on our little portable monitor, because this would be kind of funny for a very large media consumption station, because for $80 you could basically add a TV to any kid's room if they're good, if they're ready for that. Again, I wouldn't encourage that if you've got my kids. I'm kidding. Let me go around here. I do want to grab one adapter right off of the counter here. Okay. Which we may need for this. So like I said, some of these actually can run, these portable monitors can actually run directly with the HDMI. Because this has mini HDMI, I'm going to see if I can actually run it this way. This will plug in to any standard TV input. So we're going to do it off of a monitor. If you have a monitor, any one of the other ones, even the Scepter one back there, you can just plug it into an available port. And that's kind of a cool thing if you want to have a gaming PC for, college or something, and then you want it to change over to a smart TV. This is basically a smart TV upgrade. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that in there. And I'm going to see if I did put that away. I need to take this Type-C cable for the Scepter, and we're going to plug this in. So if I've done everything right, I'm going to go ahead and turn this a little bit. We should be able to get the Roku page up here right away. So there's our dancing Roku. And I don't believe, again, it switches back on the backlight. It switches back down. So it's saying we're ready to go. And we're going to see if it's already backlight at 0, believe it or not. I'm going to tune the backlight for whatever looks good on this. There we go. So it's asking me to pair my remote. Super easy to get this thing going. This does do 4K. So this is their 4K plus. I pulled that out. Comes with batteries. You got nothing to worry about there. You're ready to go right away. It's pairing the remote automatically. And the Scepter is only, again, at 25% brightness. I'm going to put it down here so you guys can see what's going on. So setup, again, is super easy. So it's pairing the remote, looking for wireless networks. Let me see if I can set this up so you guys can see it a little better. So hopefully you guys can see that, looking for wireless networks. Now I just happen to have several wireless networks. I have one here with a very super secret password. 1 2 3 4 4 3 2 1. It had to be 8 characters. So we'll do that real quick. Oh, Michael, thank you so much. He says, okay, you shilled me. I ordered the portable monitor. Well, thank you, Michael. It is a very good monitor, I think. So you'll enjoy it. If we can get that stand figured out, and I'm going to tinker with that, I think it's going to be a great value here. Again, this is 25% brightness, and it's enough to blow out my camera. So I'm going to go ahead and update the Roku software on this. And while it's doing that, let's talk about the differences between the Streaming Stick 4K and what you get in the Roku Express 4K. Now, one thing you'll notice right away on the top of these boxes, they're almost identical, but this one says Dolby Vision. So if you're looking for the highest quality picture, a lot of creators, movie directors and whatnot are using that Dolby Vision, which is great. This one uses an IR remote, but because they've kind of standardized on the remotes, Apparently, it also works with RF. That was the big difference. Oh, can't update the software. I tell you all about that, and it does not work. And maybe I have to look at that network that I've got it on. Let's see if it'll do that, or maybe we've got too many people updating right now. So it did get some progress being made there. So let's talk about the Roku Express 4K. So again, similar packaging, similar remote, volume controls on the side. This will run your regular TV on, off, and volumes, which is great. It is going to have over here, you can see the very, very small interface. So this does not connect to your television like on the back. So now this might be kind of cool if your back of your TV is right at, like I have a TV back here, I wouldn't be able to connect it to the back of. You can put this on a shelf kind of near a sound bar or whatever. And then you can literally stick it down there, glue it down there, and then plug a standard HDMI cable into it. So I wouldn't need this little adapter I'm using on this one. I can plug directly to like my little mini TV. If I open this and I come down here, let's look at the cables it comes with. It's going to come with the regular micro USB and a very small HDMI cable. So this would be to go in the back of a receiver or something, but you still have to point here. Now they did say that even though this supposedly has an IR remote here, that it is RF capable, that they've upgraded this. So this is, missing that Dolby Vision, but if that's not your issue, it has the exact same capabilities as the new 4K Plus stick. There used to be a little bit of difference. They've gotten away from that. So both of the Streaming Stick 4K and the Express 4K Plus have the same processor and everything. So this one's updating the software right now. Okay, that said, there is one more that you may actually want to consider instead of these. And I'll tell you a really important and good use case for this, which is the remotes. I do not have the Roku Remote Pro here, but we're going to go take a look at that here on Amazon. And the reason for that is that's the big differentiator. It has one feature that I really, really am excited about. So let's go into the Express 4K here. You can see that this thing's normally $40. This one is going to be down to $27. So if you're looking for the absolute cheapest way to get into the Roku ecosystem, this is it. Now, if you want to upgrade that experience slightly, again, go with the Streaming Stick 4K Plus that's available. So the Streaming Stick 4K, that will come with the voice remote. That's another nice feature, is you can actually hold down the voice button and do voice searching. I got a 71-year-old mother. She would love to be able to do that. But, again, you don't have to fumble through a bunch of menus, which is really cool. Let's take a look at the other one here. So this is the Streaming Stick 4K. We've, again, got the standard voice remote. It's normally $50 and it's available for $29. So it's a little bit of a better deal for this one right now. I think this one's actually going to go out to my boat. I've got a Fire TV there, and it's constantly annoying me with lagging and slowness and bad internet connections and whatnot. So I'm really excited about this one. But let's go down here because they actually have a comparison guide, which is really good. Talks about all the different features. There is one model here. If we look into this guide, and I'm gonna have to shrink this down a little bit so it fits all on the screen here. If we look across the top here, the Streaming Stick 4K has the Dolby Vision, right? And then the Roku Express 4K doesn't. Now, one says premium HDMI cable. Both of them are going to do the Apple AirPlay streaming, which is really slick that they've opened that up. So I love it when people come over. We stream to have our family photos, videos, fun stuff on the TV. So you can do that. On the far right side, you might notice this set of headphones. So both of the ones I'm showing you today, the Roku Express 4K and the Streaming Stick 4K, don't have the Voice Remote Pro. This one I've actually got in my cart right now to order at $35. If you're willing to spend $5 more, this one doesn't show the headphones because I don't believe it comes with the actual headphones, but it does come with the Voice Remote Pro, which has a headphone jack on it. Well, why is this super important? My mom is staying in our RV right now, and she does not hear very well. The air conditioner is running, whatnot. And what would be amazing is to have headphone support from the remote. So if you're carrying the remote anyway, so you got this guy out here anyway, you plug into the side of the remote on the Remote Pro and put a set of earbuds in, and you can watch TV, your smart TV, your YouTube channel. You can watch the Net Guy, and you don't interrupt anybody at all. It's super silent. So that Voice Remote Pro is already an upgrade that you have to buy. So if you want to get the Express with the Pro, you can do that for $35. It's in the carousel right now. I'm going to go back and take a quick look at the chat, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Hey, Jonathan Talks Hardware, man. I know you were just on a show not too long ago. Another great YouTuber. He was doing some deal guide shopping. Hopefully you got your tech difficulties worked out. I was a few minutes late, Jonathan. I had a power outage issue that I had to go resolve. But we're taking a look at a couple of the Roku devices today. That was if you're looking to get into, smart TVs, you want to upgrade a PC monitor. Jonathan, if you just tuned in, I've got this $54 1080p 15.6 ultra light from Scepter. This is going to be their Kado series. So I can bring the box if I still have it. So this is their K16 from Scepter from their Kado series. A great monitor right off the bat. Somebody already bought one for the sale price that they're on right now. But this is something that I definitely see going somewhere. So that was a neat product to combine with these. There is another product that I want to bring out from Roku. And I just want to show you because we're going to get into a couple smart home things. So you're looking at this going, man, that looks awfully familiar. I think I've seen one of these before. Let me go up here and grab something that looks just like it. Well, this is from the Wise Company. This is mine with just a spotlight add-on. But this is the Roku camera. This is the indoor camera. They're calling it SE, the wired edition. So they've come out with a camera that looks surprisingly almost exactly like the Wise. Well, it's because they licensed it from Wise. So instead of coming out and making maybe the second best camera on the market or doing a lot of investment, Roku actually got into the smart home game. They have the distribution, they have the apps, they already have the smart TV interface. And I really wanted to test this one out just to see what it looks like here. So I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. I want to open this up and unbox it with you today because I really want to see if it's going to live up to the Wise experience and the Wise ecosystem. And I wanted to see what the quality looks like and how the integration into the app is. So let's go ahead and we will open this guy up for you. We'll do a quick unboxing and we'll go from there. Jonathan says, what? That's a huge deal for that monitor. I love it, man. And Jonathan's also talking about the Rokus on Walmart. Yes, they are. That is the distribution channel. They are available here on Amazon as well. So I'm going to go ahead and open this guy up real fast. And we're going to take a look at what you get inside the Roku Indoor Camera SE, which surprisingly looks exactly like a Wise Cam. The box is way bigger, though. So I think they may have made some changes. Now, they do offer a subscription service as well on this one. So we're taking a quick look inside the Roku Indoor Camera SE. It has very similar accessories. It has the same pigtail as the Wise Cam V3. Now, Wise did just come out with the V4, but it is at a slightly higher price target. So this is available today for $17.99. Again, I haven't looked at what Wise is blowing out their V3s, but because it's kind of last gen technology, we'll see where that goes. Now they got a quick start guide. Let's see what it says. So there's the wall mounting template. There's the speaker. There's the smartphone app and a QR code. And then it has all the information. I'm going to take a look at the bottom. It looks exactly like it's got the same setup button, same micro SD slot. Let's go ahead and plug this guy in. I'm going to use their adapter only because it's only 1 amp. I could actually just plug into the desktop here, but they're in use. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I do want to see if the Roku smart interface comes up on the Roku streaming stick, because it would be neat to see this if it was able to interface with my account on Roku or not. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this thing in. So there you go. There's the unit. There's nothing else in here except some mounting screws. So we're going to put all that away. And we'll come back to this later. Now, this device is already booting up, so if you've been installed a Wise Cam before, you know that. I am going to remove that so we can scan the QR code a little bit easier. The app that you're going to need for this one, there's actually 2 different apps. So there is a Roku Smart app, and then there's the standard Roku app. Now, I've actually set it up here. I'm going to bring up the app on my phone so you can take a look at that. So we have the standard Roku app, which is actually really cool because you can control your smart. If you can't find your remote, which happens to me all the time, you can actually control your smart systems with that. But the Roku Smart Home was the one we're looking at. And I'm going to say add new device. Now they have a subset of the standard Wise devices, it looks like. So home monitoring, it looks like they're going to offer that at some point. Lights and power, so smart bulbs, light strips, indoor plugs, great. Cameras and doorbells, they've got a lot of the same offerings here. It looks like they're, again, licensing from Wise. I'm going to say we're adding an indoor camera. I see that it's flashing. I'm going to go ahead on the bottom of the camera. I'm going to push the setup button. And then I'm going to add it to our super secret. I'm going to allow while using, and then I'm going to add it to our super secret Wi-Fi network here. I'm going to bring you guys back over here while I put in the ultra secret credentials. And then it's going to have a QR code, which I'm going to show, not you guys, but I'm going to show the camera that QR code when I get onto it. So just getting connected. 1 second. Hopefully that will work. There we go. Okay, had to switch my Wi-Fi network, and then now that I've got that, I'm going to go ahead and put the password in, and then it's going to generate a QR code. Now this is one of the things that it's going to show, so I'm going to show that to the device, and it just said QR code stand, please wait. I'm going to acknowledge that on the app, and then we're going to go back over here to let you see the phone and what the app is doing. In fact, I'm going to just do this. Do black, that, and we will do DV2, 4. There we go. So you can see the app and me at the same time here. We'll be able to do that. You'll see what I'm doing. So there's the app, and there is the device. It's joining my wireless network. It's registering itself, and it's going to give us the opportunity to name it. What I'm really concerned with and what I really want to see is how good is the image quality on it. You know, is it going to have a decent image, just decent picture? We'll get there. I'm going to take a quick look. Jonathan says, looks like they bought factories that Wise used to make their cameras. Roku might get sued by Wise. Technically, it's a license agreement, Jonathan, so they know all about it. They're actually helping it here. And John is coming in helping with that info. Says Roku cameras are rebranded Wise. So it is coming in with the ecosystem. Like I said, I'm going to go back over here to the if I want to do that, I'm going to go control your TV volume. We'll do advanced setup. There we go. Do it later. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and sign in to my Roku over here. I'm going to do my Roku desktop app. I'm going to sign in with that guy real quick. And I want to see again if I can look at this from the app. Now, unfortunately, I can't show you this sign up QR code. I got to do this with the camera app here. I'm going to bring you guys back over here. Let me know what you're looking at on Prime Days, by the way, guys. I would love to hear more about that. And did you pick up any deals? Specifically, I wonder, Jonathan, if you picked up any tech deals. I know you had a couple you were looking at on yours. I'm going to do that. Ask not to track. I'm just bringing up the Roku app for the first time on my phone, and I'm going to do the connection here. There we go. It is not taking the QR code that I want. That'll be interesting. And it may be because my phone was locked. Give me 1 second here. So I'm just doing a quick. Yeah, this phone might be too old to do that. I was going to do the super fancy login, but maybe it won't do that. I do have quite a few Roku devices. Yeah, it won't let me do it, so I'm going to have to log in the manually the old way. So here we go. Cancel that. Return to sign in. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back over here, and it did not do that at all. You know what? I'm not going to be able to do it on that one. I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to work with you guys. We will take a look at the app. Oh my gosh, I have my picture in a picture all set up wrong. Let's do that. So I'm going to take a look at the app real quick. We're going to go into the smart home. That is connected to the network here. So hopefully everything worked, and we did hopefully not disrupt it by exiting out and coming back. It is locked onto me, and it does look like it's worked. So might have to cancel and restart the setup again one more time. You know what? It switched the Wi-Fi networks on me. That's the story of my life, I tell you here. Let me go back out to the center. I don't want this thing to have to do that, but I have to put it on a private network, unfortunately, here. With all new devices, I ran into something, as you guys probably know, with a mini PC that did not have the best software on it. And so all the new devices that I get go on a separate segment of the network, which this one's connecting to now. And I will get us going again here. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put my password back in. We will stay on it and see if that does it. So taking a quick look at the chats, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm on the right product on Amazon. And if you've used this product before, let me know. It'll be interesting to see. This is the Roku. And now we're going to go over here. While that's loading up, I'm going to take you guys over to the PC. We're going to take a look at the Roku page. So this is the Roku right here. It's not connecting to the camera the way I liked. It's been very temperamental. I don't know if it's the same experiences wise, if that's what they're shooting for, but clearly something got missed in here, you know. But we're going to go back over to PC. We don't need that on. We're going to do that. There we go. I'm in the corner again. So you can see me here. 4.1 stars on 32. It's normally supposed to be $34.99. It's available right now for $17.99. It looks like it is back on here. It says that it's working, but I don't know if I trust it now. But let's go ahead and go into the camera. I can adjust the camera quality, it's saying. And a firmware update is required before I can work on it. So again, it's going to update the firmware, which is kind of expected. So these things get boxed up and shipped out and put in warehouses, and they have old software. So it is kind of nice that they do give you firmware updates for software and for security. But it is kind of sad when it forces you to do those same updates, which is never fun. Let's do this. I'm just logging into that one right now while we let the camera update. I'm going to get my Roku account on the streaming stick. It may have worked better if I had the other iPhone over here. And actually, maybe I'll do that. Because I do like the idea of activating with a QR code because it is so much faster. So I'll do that over here. We're kind of setting two things up at once. Okay, so the Roku QR code, this is an iPhone 8. It's an older one that I have for the show. This is my 12, and it is working just fine. So I'm able to add this to my account pretty quickly. And it's asking for a verification code on my side. So I'm going to go do that real quick. And we'll get that link in, which is funny because I just did this not so long ago. And their email delivery is super slow. Maybe that is going normal for them. Let's do one more time. So yeah, let's send it one more time. See if it will get a little bit faster. Okay, and the phone is updating right now. It's updating the camera. You'll notice that it's in like a purple and a flashing mode. That's updating to the latest firmware. And that's what we're doing there. I do have a couple other products coming up here, specifically from Blink. They're a competitor to these guys. And this will be amazing if Roku really does go that slow that I can't activate my account because of this. Try verifying another way. This is amazing. that they would do that. Yep. So Roku's not letting me update. It'll probably come in an hour from now when we're done with the show. It's not letting me update my account, so maybe that'll be on the next one. It is still updating this Wise camera, or the Roku indoor camera. Let's talk about some of the new Blink products. We'll go through and I'm going to show you them online. I do have them here, but I am going to save them in here for a future show. I don't want to have you to go through all the setup process, especially because we're having so many fun issues today with these and slowness. But let's go take a quick look on Amazon and some of these other deals that we've got. So I recently picked up the Blink Mini 2. I'll give you the highlights, the lowlights, kind of what I think about them, and we can go from there. So the Blink Mini 2, let me see if I can tap it correctly this time, is the natural progression of the Blink Mini. I've got both of them here. I've had the Blink Mini up here on my shelf for quite some time. And what it adds compared to the regular Blink is that waterproofing. So you will have the ability to take it outdoors if you want. You will need a separate cord for that, which is kind of an interesting choice. So they keep the price really low. The Mini 2 is normally $39.99. It's a 1080p standard webcam, IP camera. It has a 140 or greater degree field of view, so it's very wide angle compared to the original. Original was like 110-ish or so. So they added a lot more field of view. It did add a spotlight to the base camera, so you didn't have to have any accessory like the V3 does. And they've got this swiveling base, so it has a very similar look to the old one. Still has the standard Blink ecosystem. There are good and bad things about the Blink ecosystem. The cameras themselves are very affordable, super affordable, almost cheap, I would say. But the drawback on those cameras as well, there's a significant drawback on those cameras. They don't have micro SDs on any of these, and you have to have a sync module. So the sync module records all of your camera feeds locally to a thing on your network, and then you can use that, or you have to pay for a subscription service from them for them to actually do it. So it's kind of a double-edged sword compared to some of the other vendors out there. So there's no micro SD here. It is outdoor with a separate adapter. The adapter is the only thing that's not on Prime Day sale. It's $9.99. So if you want to use these cameras outdoor, you can do that. It does have notifications. The notifications are good. They're timely. They work. Has little pictures of something that's going on in your home. The one thing I would say about that's very frustrating is the arming of those notifications. You have to arm your home, so it's almost like a security system, versus if you just wanted to see notifications in your home and you want to know when somebody's coming up. It does work really well with the Amazon Echo ecosystem. I'm going to use that word, but you know her name. So if you're looking at the Blink cameras, that is one thing being in that same family. When you hook them up and you work with your systems like this, it can show you if you have a Fire TV, even if you have Rokus or other apps, you can put your cameras up on them, but it will actually show you natively. Additionally, if somebody's walking up to your video doorbell, you can have it chime your Blink cameras, so they can make an audible alert anywhere you have a Blink camera that, hey, somebody's walking up to your front door. And if you have a Fire TV, the Blink cameras can actually show the picture of who's at your front door even before they hit the button. So that's another advantage of being on the Blink ecosystem. It is available right now, again, half price, $19 here. If you pick the black one, same exact specs and features, it's just going to be black in color. So that's the only difference on there. I'm going to go back to the chat here for just a second, make sure I didn't miss anything from anybody. Looks like we're all still there and happy. Okay, here we go. We got a couple more things. Green's checking in on maybe a monitor and a 200-watt charger. Jonathan's picked up a B450 motherboard from Facebook, and take my Ryzen, put it in that, and put a 5600X into his personal rig. Oh, Jonathan's helping me out here. iOS 8 is no longer getting iOS 18, unfortunately. And there we go. Just taking a quick look here. Oh, Jonathan's picking up the Fantic E1 Max. Doesn't have a huge budget to buy stuff. I completely understand that. Oh no, John's there. He says he already has one, but for $50, I ordered another one. I know what that's like. And Martin's in here checking it out. Was that XFX 7800 XT on sale? But nope. Yeah, GPUs for some reason do not go on sale very often. It's kind of scary how that works, isn't it? So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and hide that, and we will get back to the Amazon ecosystem that we were talking about. So we were just looking at the Blink cameras. Here's what they look like. And then we're going to talk about the rest of the Blink ecosystem. So the Outdoor 4 camera is a natural evolution of their outdoor system. Now, when the Blink came out originally, they were primarily for security and they were battery operated. So this was one of their first products that came out with, was this outdoor camera that you can run for 2 years on batteries. 2 years battery life. I don't have to tell you how hard that is to do for an IP camera. Now you're going to use the lithium cells in here, and a lot of them came with the lithium batteries. Indoor, outdoor, day, night, HD viewing, simple setup. Part of that reason why you had to arm your home before is for it to do all that magic that it does, and that super low battery is, again, notifications were one of those things. If you have notifications going off all the time, if this thing's at a business or it's right in front and center in a walkway or a house, it's going to constantly be going off, and that battery power is going to go down way fast. So you're going to need to replace the batteries. But fantastic capability for doing alerting. This is one of the original pop-up cameras, the pop-up IP cameras. It is Wi-Fi enabled, so it does have to have that, and it does work with the Echo devices that we talked about. Because of the power limitations, though, don't expect that you're going to put this one up, the Outdoor 4, that you're just going to stick it up somewhere and then you're going to be able to watch the camera 24/7, because as you're watching it, it drains the battery down. So that's something that we have to be careful for. So that was the Outdoor. It's part of the whole ecosystem. Now, if you buy one, it's $39.99. If you buy two, the price gets a little bit better at $74. If you buy three, they're down to $33 a piece, so they're $99. And then it looks like they even have a 5-camera system here. There is a battery pack add-on, which was kind of interesting. I'll show you what that looks like. I don't know if it's available. I'm just going to look at a single camera with the add-on. It looks like that is the #1 bestseller in bullet security cameras. It's available for $50 right now. So that's going to give you an extra doubling of the battery life. I don't know if I've ever thought of having a camera up for 4 years somewhere, but if you need that capability, this has extra power when you need it. So that is, again, from the Blink company. There's 2 more products I'm going to show you guys from Blink here. I have them in stock, but I'm not going to put you through the unboxing because we had so much trouble getting these other products. You know, it's funny, I'm doing a firmware update on this Roku, and it's just not, the Roku camera, it's not happy like the Wise ones. Let's go into the Blink doorbell. So this is the Blink video doorbell. It is getting to become an older model now, but it has one really cool feature. And the second thing about this is you can buy a package that has all of these together. It's going to have an indoor, an outdoor, and the video doorbell available. So there is a combo pack that's available right now. You see the whole home bundle there. So if you want to explore the Blink ecosystem, this comes with everything that you need minus a USB key, a standard just USB storage key flash drive, for $89.97 right now. So if you wanted to buy that bundle, you'd get that for $89.97. It's going to come with one of each and the Blink sync module for local storage. So you don't need to have their subscription service. Now, is there AI services and stuff as good as Wise? Probably not. And again, it's subscription only at that point. But the video doorbell has one distinct advantage, again, with that Blink pedigree. You'll notice it says right here, wired or battery, 2-way audio, chime alerts. So when the Wise doorbells came out originally, they didn't have a chime. You had to, use the chime module. Then they came out with one that would have batteries that could optionally do the chime, but it was way more than $29. This is only $29, but it actually has the batteries built in, so it can actually do the wire-free installation. So maybe you're in an apartment, maybe you're at a rental that you're not allowed to drill or replace or change things out. This actually has a sticky back mount where you can mount this to the outside of the door and use it as a video doorbell, and you don't have to do any change in wiring. Still belongs to that same great Echo ecosystem. And as long as you use it with that storage module that they sell, that sync module, and a USB key, you don't have to pay subscription fees. So this is your way to get away from subscription fees. On the other hand, it does use data from your Wi-Fi network because it's constantly sending to store into that device as well. So a couple drawbacks there on that one. Not a bad product. Like I said, if I were looking to get my toe into the Blink ecosystem, this is a bundle that they have available today, and it's over half off. It's 55% off of the retail. It's going to come with all 4 of those products. It's a great way to purchase it, and I would highly recommend that. I'm just taking a quick look here. It looks like the camera is now finally online, so I can give you just a taste of what the camera looks like. This is the Roku interior camera. I'm going to bring it over here so you guys can see. And of course, when I say that, it doesn't want to connect to the camera. Oh, there it was authenticating finally. So let's see. Let's do this one more time. I just tell you, this app is not as polished. I think they got the old version of the app. There we go. So there's the view of the camera, and it's very slow. So either I got a lot of Wi-Fi congestion, which is not usually normal, or this, yeah, and it's very delayed. You can see it. It's like they tried to copy it. You can see a lot of it's blown out up here. I'm going to try this thing out more, and maybe this will become a gift for somebody. That's the thing. The thing I love about trying out all this tech is that I can give away the stuff that I don't need, or maybe it gets a place up here on the shelf of the shelf of cameras that I have. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. This has been John the Net Guy. We've been going through the Amazon Prime Day deals. I do have one show tomorrow. I'm just checking the chat real quick. There is one show tomorrow where I'm going to do a bunch of Craftsman products. We're going to go through, I'm not going to do them live. We're going to go through the videos I've already got for them, and I'm just going to talk about what my favorite ones are, what my experiences over the last month and a half of using the V20 have been. So that would be a really cool thing. And hopefully you're getting some good Prime Day deals. If I find something else on here, I will let you know. But like I said, when it comes to the Rokus, I'm going to get that one that's already in there. It's the Express 4K with the Voice Remote Pro, because of that ability for the remote to plug into the headphones, and I'm not waking anybody up. My wife's going to love it because whenever I'm watching TV, she always wants me to do it that way. Green says, thanks for sharing with us. Thank you guys for sticking around with me. Had a great show tonight, and I will catch you guys all in the next one. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Tomorrow's show should be also at the same time tomorrow, so about 4 p.m. Pacific. Trying to get all that. It's also our anniversary. So, well, there goes one security question. No, it's our anniversary, so I'm taking the wife out. It'll be kind of fun. But hopefully you guys had a great show here, and I will catch you guys all later. Have a great time on Prime Day, and hopefully you're catching some sweet deals. Talk to you all later. See you guys.